Let's not get into an analysis as to what has happened because that's going to be depressing. I'm talking about India's debacle versus Ireland, of course. What are the highlights? Let's just stick to that. And I would say the number one highlight was to see the sheer joy of the presenter who was presenting the after match awards or what post match awards. He was obviously an Irish guy, local Irish guy, and right from the the debutants, the two debutants, one of whom got the man of the match, the winning captain, everyone. He was just so thrilled and so happy, and I think that's a very nice part about sport. Whenever the underdog, whenever David gets Goliath, I don't want to say India is Goliath over here, but I mean we are the current world champions of T20 cricket, if you may. So it would be sad to say that we weren't. But let's be honest, Ireland did put on a good show. I think they were on the back foot both times when they were batting. When they were, I think, 40 for 3 or something, they were on the back foot and then they kind of made their way back. And even when they were bowling, India was racing ahead. At one point was 60 for 2 when, you know, um, Abhishek Sharma also got out eventually. But I was a fairly good start that India had with Abhishek Sharma, I think, hitting 50 of something like 12 balls or 13 balls, something of that sort. So kudos to Ireland. They kind of fought till the end. And it kind of goes to show that, T20 cricket is literally anybody's game, So you should never kind of, as Shreyas Iyer correctly said, and I kind of liked what Shreyas Iyer did towards the end, is that he was not, he was not overawed or overly disappointed, but he was a little bit more realistic. And I don't know if using humor, self deprecating humor, is really the safest bet, especially when you're at your first gig as a captain. But when he said this is the ideal start, I think even the commentator, the presenter, was kind of confused because it quite obviously wasn't, and he didn't know what to say. But anyway, that was kind of a cute moment over there. So let's get back to, I think, the question that's pretty much on everybody's mind. What is the role of Washington Sundar and Akshar Patel in this team? First of all, you cannot be going to England and Ireland and all these places and have two spin bowling all rounders. We already committed that mistake when we had Jaddu and Ashwin, and we didn't want to let go of either one of them. That cost us one WTC already. Why do you have a spin bowling all rounder if you already have one in the form of Aksar? Why do you have one again in the form of Washi? And I want to know, I am a supporter of Washi, don't get me wrong, he is a very good player. But what is the logic in favoring a, you know, all rounder, if you may, but you're going to give him only 1 over to bowl, which is weird, and not playing the batter that everybody was looking forward to see, which is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. So you basically said that no, you're going to play an all-rounder, but you're going to give him only 1 over, and because of that, you're going to keep out the talent of the generation. And specific to Washi, listen, boss. I mean, if you are going to bowl a full toss dolly that's going to be hit for 6, and then you're going to follow it up with a wide, which is a free hit. And then the following, which is again a free hit, you're going to ball a full ball on leg stump. I don't know what to say. Uh, I really don't. And Harshit Rana, yes, I agree. Uh, Picked up 3 wickets on the scoreboard. It does say that, not denying it. But the guy basically banged in every single ball, short of a length, and pretty much every single ball that he got a wicket off could have easily gone for a 4 or a 6, but it did not. It just ended up in a fielder's hand. Um, would you call that luck? Would you call that preparation? I'm not sure, but definitely Harshit Rana, I think, needs to work a little bit more on his repertoire, if you may, and the speeds 134, 135. Quite clearly, you could make out that the guy is coming back into action after a long break, which again, I get back to that. Are you saying that you're heading into this World Cup? Not World Cup, I'm sorry, you're heading into this Ireland series and the England series later on, and you have genuine fast bowlers everywhere, and you've decided not to play them and to play Harshit Rana because he can bat a bit. And what was he doing in batting? He was basically wafting at thin air. So the ball was going in, whoosh, and gaya kya? Gaya kya? No, the ball's right there. The wicketkeeper has it. They were, I mean, it came to a point where I was almost wishing he would get out, and he did try to get out. Let's be honest. It's just that they couldn't hold on to a chance. Um, anyway, I'm being a little bit too critical of him, I know. But if you're going to play him as an all rounder, then no, he's not an all rounder. If you're going to play him as a fast bowler, then I feel there's better fast bowlers. I've been saying this point since time immemorial. Since he made his debut in Australia, I've been saying this point. What is he? Is he an all rounder? Is he a fast bowler? Which one of it is it? And because he's not an all rounder, and if he's an all rounder, there's better all rounders, and if he's a fast bowler, there's better fast bowlers. So, what exactly do you want to do? Please let me know. And Akshar Patel, yes, he did have a very good last over, not denying it. But the first couple of overs, I feel, let me skip Akshar Patel, I'll come back to him. Both with the bowling and the batting, okay, with the bowling and the batting, I feel that there's always a lack of a plan. What do I mean by plan is that so you always bowl in partnerships or you bat in partnerships and you hunt as a team, right? Take the New Zealand side for example. Not any single one of them is a great player, but when they all play together, New Zealand is a fantastic team. They always reach a semi-final or a final. So what is it? I think India has this superstar problem. Like literally every single one of the players is a superstar. So it's almost like I'll do my thing, you do your thing, and let's see who'll have his big day. Well, I don't think that's the way cricket works out, right? So when you had a big guy like Rohit or Virat, for example, I felt there was a little bit of bhav and MSD, of course. Take MSD for example. When MSD was there was a plan. Boss, you do this, you do this, you do this. I know in test matches it never worked out for MSD, not denying that. But in one days, it was fantastic. The way he used Kuldeep and Yuzi, brilliant. Over here, kya hai? Everybody is there to either take a wicket or either to stop conceding runs or try to contain the batter. And I feel Akshar Patel is kind of caught in two minds over here. It's like I'm going to prevent him from scoring runs by bowling sliders into him, right? And if I do get a wicket, it'll be because the batsman made an error. Fine, no problem. That can be your goal, sure. But he was never a big turner of the ball, if you may. But in that comeback, in that first or second series of his when he played with England and he was bowling better than Jaddu and Ashwin. There was so much of variety in what he was doing, and the ball used to spin, and there was one that used to go wide, one used to come in. I think there's a little bit of rust to Akshar. Yes, the last over was very good, but you just felt sometimes that the ball, he was just putting the ball out there. And when a spinner gives a full toss to be hit, I mean, it's the most ugly thing in the world. And I think Akshar also was kind of guilty of doing that a couple of times. The drop catches, yes and no. I think this kind of stuff does happen. Both of them were running catches that India put down. Um, One was Shivam Dubey trying to make his way, and there's this fitness issue with Shivam Dubey. I always feel that the guy is not thereabouts. That's what I always feel with Shivam Dubey, and he did all said and done, try to, he kind of made his way there. Um, how good did he make it? How fast would he make it? That's a different story. But I felt he just left himself too far away to go from the ball, and then he just kind of palmed it and ran away for four. And was that a good attempt? Sure. But was the catch taken? No. Then, of course, you have and the guy Washi, who, again, I don't feel he's the fittest guy around. And it's a shame because Washi and Shivam Dubey are both youngsters, man. I mean, they should be like, I mean, this is the team that Virat Kohli's built with the whole, fitness and all that stuff. So Washi again, he didn't have much to move. I think he was at long on and he had to just kind of run square a little bit. At the end, he made it look like he tried very hard and he fell down and stuff, but he kind of made a meal out of it, to be honest. And this catch was a lot more simple. It was coming at him, and when you feel it long gone, that's the angle that you're going to get. I'm sorry, but at this level, you really should be taking those catches. And coming to the biggest Gunegar, and this is a story that I don't know. I'm not sure if I've covered it in the previous blogs or something, but can someone, for the love of God, explain to me why is Prashant Krishna still playing T20s? Oh my God, I don't understand what's going on. When he plays in GT, and when you have bowlers like Rabada, and okay, I don't want to put Mia and Siraj in the same place as Rabada, but Mia does bowl very good. He does come off at GT. I'm not denying that that Prasidh Krishna is a good bowler at the IPL level. Not denying that. But what was he doing here, man? I always feel Prasidh Krishna goes for runs. Like always. He makes it a point that he'll go for runs. He does pick it 2-3 wickets. But over here he's making a point to go for runs. I mean, it is okay for you to go for a couple of sixes, then pull it back. Why would you bowl slower ball, half volleys, man? Two slower ball half volleys. The first one got hit for six. He's like, ye nahi hoga. Then he balls one shot, into the pads. That got hit for six behind square. Then he says, oh, you know what? Behind square hit for six. No, please hit me behind my back. So I'll ball you one more slower ball full toss. Come off it. What happened to the Yorker? Yorker's gone. Nobody knows how to ball the Yorker anymore. Looks like only Bhuvi and Bumrah knew how to ball Yorkers. At a time when Bhuvi is freaking tearing up the world at 38, and we decide at 37 or whatever his age is, we said, okay, no, Bhuvi's not going to play. This is your bowlers. Prasidh Krishna, who wants to leak, I don't know how many runs that he gave off in that one over, basically changed the complexion of the game. 25 runs or 28 runs or something of that sort. And then you have Harshit Rana, who is supposed to be your fast bowling all-rounder, but he's not an all-rounder and he's not the best fast bowler. Then Akshar Patel, who is really underperforming with the ball. Washington Sundar, who doesn't know what the hell is going on and why he is playing. At least I don't know why he's playing. I hope he at least knows why he's playing. A lot of questions to be answered, my friends. Let's talk about the batting. Let's start with our favorite, Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson has this Rohit Sharma problem. You want to call it lazy elegance? Call it lazy elegance. I want to call it know where your off stump is. When the ball is so far away from your off stump, what kind of shot is that? Do you want a single? Do you want to nudge it through covers for a couple of runs? Or do you want to hit a boundary? Or you just want to time it? I guess you want to time it, but then Sanju Samson is just like disappointing after disappointing. And when you get disappointed enough, suddenly he has that breakout innings. You're like, yeah, Sanju. And again, he's disappointing again. So Abhishek Sharma is like that crazy kid who's like on, who's on like a Red Bull high. Like, yeah, when he's going in. Team is 64 for 3. You have a good run rate going. Power play is over. Build the innings, right? You have a good strike rate. Build the innings. Take the game a little bit deep. Let it go 100 for 3. No. I'm going to hit every ball I see to the 6. Every ball has to go to the boundary. Well, it doesn't work that way, does it? And it did not. Then Tilak Verma. Someone needs to explain this Tilak Verma problem and strike rate. So the guy comes in, and I think he gets away with 3 fours. That's 12 runs in 3 balls. By the time he gets out, he's 20 of 19 balls. So if you take away 12 runs, that's 8 runs. In 3 balls out of 20, that's 17 balls. So the guy hit 12 runs in 3 balls, and then in the next 17 balls, hit 8 runs. What's going on? And this is not the first time. I mean, even in the India A matches, it was like, I was like, what's going on? I mean, I couldn't understand why the guy was batting at a strike rate of 70 when you needed to bat at a strike rate for, let's say, around, at least like 80, 90, or 100. Of course, Suryavanshi was batting a strike rate of 300. That's a different story. But something's going on with Tilak Verma's, you know, uh, mindset. And then the shot that he got out, I'm not sure what to say. When you have so many shots and you're such a good striker of the ball, played a glorious cover drive, you know hit a couple of nice leg glances if you may for singles, albeit, and play the field. Yeah, I know the field is up. You go for a reverse shot. I guess you can say a lot of players, practice this kind of stuff nowadays, and they think it is as safe as a shot through the covers, if you may. But no, looks ugly, man. Looks very ugly. Talking about looking ugly, Washi. I'm really taking the Mickey out of Washi, aren't I? What is with that shot, Washi? I mean, I don't get it. Do you want to hit it high in the sky, or you want to hit it far? Because when you hit it high in the sky, you go like that. When you hit it far, you hit like that. I mean, I think that's. I'm not an expert. I'm a web designer. I don't know much about cricket. You do. So why is it that you always seem to commit the same kind of mistake? Why is it that you're always in that position where you're doing that same thing? And again, if you're here as an all-rounder, then why didn't you ball enough? Or rather, why didn't you get the ball enough? And if you're giving away full tosses when you do get the ball, sure, he came in the 13th over, but let's talk about Shreyas Iyer and his captaincy later. So maybe that had a thing to do with it. But Ishan Kishan, I guess that's the way he bats. He gets down and under, and that's how he generates his power. Very interesting. You saw the bowler kind of, you know, gave it that spin. So I guess that's the reason why the ball just kind of shot up. So that's definitely a bowler's wicket. Shreyas Iyer, that ball was fifth stump half volley, basically. You could have driven it through the covers in the most glorious manner, but nope. You wanted to go 19th, not 19th, 21st century Sarpan Saab on it and whack the crap out of it over mid wicket. You ended up dragging it to square leg and gifting away your wicket. You're a captain. You're for just one run in. Play a couple of balls around the ground, na? I know you're chasing 180, 9 runs in over. I get it, but you had a fabulous start. So build a partnership. And Akshar Patel has gotten out dragging the ball to long on more number of times than I'd want to recall. So I think you need to just throw the ball to him in practice and tell him to hit clear long on 11 out of 10 times. Don't get off the field till you do that. So I'm going to toss the ball up, clear long on, clear long off, clear long on, clear long off. That's your shot, man. You used to pull it off with ease. Shivam Dubey, man, Shivam Dubey, and the kahani of fast bowlers bowling short and into your rib cage. Not rib cage, but into your body. और कोई shot नहीं है क्या? I think this is the third or the fourth time, right? We've seen this, where the bowler bowls, halfway down the pitch into him, and he just kind of blocks it like that. And he can't put it down. He always kind of hits it up in the air, either mid off, mid on, catch back to the bowler. Obviously, they've kind of figured it out. Versus a spinner, Shivam Dubey is unstoppable. But weaknesses do come out, and when they come out, it's uncompromising, isn't it? Especially in today's day and age. And now let's talk about Shreyas. Shreyas, the captain. You know, Surya was, according to me, a very, very good captain. Very good. Because Surya was completely into it with his bowlers. You know, like he'd go give him a hug, talk to him, figure out what to do, what not to do. When the wicket falls, he'd be there, you know. Shreyas is not like that. Sarpan Saab is not like that at all. Sure, every captain is different. You know, he need not be like that at all. But standing at long on when your bowler is taking a pasting, not even going and talking with him once, you know, trying to stop the rhythm. Bowler's gone for 20 runs. Prasidh Krishna, go talk to him, yeah. Take some time out. You know, let the batsman wait a couple of minutes. Sure, it's good to hang back, look frustrated, not denying it. But you're the captain now. I think there should be a little bit more involvement over there. Tactical blunder, bringing in Washington to bowl in the 15th over once both the batters were so settled. Really bad. Should have brought him in 8th or 9th over at least. Given him a chance, you know, to settle in as a spinner. If you're going to play an all-rounder again, you know, why you're bowling only one over, I'm not sure. And if he was covering up for Dubey's 3, you know, Shivam Dubey was bowling fine. So why did he have to cover it up? And I guess Prasid did go for those runs in his last over, so you really can't say why did he give him 4. But you know, Prasid again bowling out at the 17th. Then you didn't have a choice but to go with Aksar at the 20th over, which was a huge gamble, and of course it paid off. That's a different story altogether. But that also is you know, to be wondered, you know, if that was the right move or not. And finally, our hero, Coach Gautam Gambhir. By Gauti, losing to Ireland, quite a disaster, huh? Winning the World Cup, making huge changes, huge. Dropping your World Cup winning captain, making generational talent Suryavamshi sit out, getting a new captain in Shreyas, backing your old boy Harshit Rana, and losing to Ireland. Let's see. Let's see what happens now.